right, quick video. Toyota Hiace KZH106 doing an EGR delete. Got the kit from Hiace Southeast. Has everything you need in here. It's a pretty simple job. You do have to access the rear cover, so pulling up the carpet for the rear cover, and we'll get this cover off and continue. And once the cover's off, you can access the back of the engine. And actually looking at it, looks like I'm gonna need to do a valve cover gasket on there. Got a little seepage, so we'll take care of that another time. But EGR deletes real quick. Blam blam. Take those bolts out and replace the gaskets, and then you'll plug a vacuum line, and I'll show you which vacuum line it is you got to plug, and it's pretty simple. You need 4 bolts or nuts. It comes right off, so you gotta be careful when you're using it because it's got different it's got bolts as well as a nut. So on this side, you leave the stud and you only use the nut and 1 bolt. On this side, you have to remove both of the studs in order to use the bolts. And that's obviously, you see the studs are not threaded and you're just putting a thin plate on it. So these studs do have to be removed. And we'll go through that process, but yeah, basically you're just unplugging this one vacuum line down here to remove this whole assembly, and this is the vacuum line that you'll have to plug, and then we just end up zip tying it off on this little tab right there. So to do this, get the studs out, just use the double nut method. I just took the 2 nuts that you actually came off of the stud itself. I flipped one over, then back one on there. So what we're gonna try to do, see if I can get this, is put our 12 on there, 12 millimeter. So look at that, nice and easy. And then we'll just back this one out. There you go. As you see, it's just coming right out. Back that out so we get this one out, and then we'll do the same on the other side. All right, first stud is out, and so the same thing on this side. Lock those nuts on, and then we'll see if we can back that out. Very good, that turns nice and easy. Just work on it till it comes out. When going to put these on, just be careful. You see the bolts are not the same length. I put a little thread locker on there. 2 are the same length. 1 is not. The one that is not, that is shorter, will go on this side here with the stud, and the 2 equal length will go on the side where you took the studs out. All right, so the plates are installed. That's a little thread locker on them, but that's how they should look when it's done. They give you a little nipple to put onto the for the vacuum line, and you can go down towards the front of the engine and like trace back the whole line. I did that on my first Hiace, and when I would shut off the engine, I had like a shuddering issue, like it shuddered violently, and you know, here I thought replaced all the engine mounts and did all that, and still having the same issue. Come to find out, it was just removing that vacuum line all the way down to the front. So I put the vacuum line back on, and I plugged it on this end, and it shuts off smooth. So on subsequent Hiaces that I've worked on, including this one, I'm just going to plug it back here and zip tie it again right there, and don't have any issues. Again, that's just my experience from it, but other than that, that's the install. We'll get her back together and then do a startup. All right, so that's zip tied out the way. Put this little nut in the end with a little RTV, and a zip tie on that. Plug that line. Again, that's complete. I mean, the whole process, including removing the carpet, 45 minutes. These are actually fairly easy to work on. Again, I'll do my next video will be this valve cover replacement. That's definitely going to be a little bit more of an intensive job, but hopefully I'll be up for it. I'll do that after my camping trip. As you can see, I've done these before. I actually think I got another one of them laying around. They seem to have been functioning. I'm not sure, to be honest. But, I do plan on doing like a downpipe, 3-inch downpipe, and, catback exhaust. Well, no, cattle, I'm sorry, but a 3-inch downpipe with exhaust. So I definitely want to, get help out with performance upgrades, I guess, so to speak, just its drivability. Rides great on the highway, but 65, 70 is great, no issues. But yeah, eventually do 3-inch downpipe, exhaust, add an EGT on it, especially going up, do some camping in the mountains and stuff. But other than that, there's a quick, easy upgrade. I think Hiace out Southeast sells it for like $25 or something, so might as well do it. And just a little tidbit of advice: if you save the old hardware, that way, if you sell the van and the person wants the EGR valve back on for whatever reason, some states still require that for emissions. So, save the hardware, save the gaskets. That way you can just bolt it, right back on for the person, or give it to them when they're selling it. Let them do it themselves. That way, again, you won't have any issues. All right, we're gonna go start it up. Hiace Southeast rubber floor mats, by the way, at the bottom. If you don't know about Hiace Southeast, give them a shout out. Give them a look, especially for your Hiace and Delica needs. I should have did a install about this radio here. Works great. Toto A6 best order. Anyway, back to this task at hand. Start it right up. Starts up good. Side exit because the muffler fell off. I just welded it on, but here it's good. Thanks for checking out the video. Glad you guys hooked up. Don't forget to check the comments. I do a lot of videos. Again,